fabric choices won her critical and commercial success in the late 20th century. Her distinct combination of masculine and feminine design elements crafted looks that were powerful but subtly sexy at the same time.
All my life long, I thought it's really important to give women confidence and the freeness and make them beautiful.
Jil Sander has such a haunting modernity about her. There's a level of intelligence and the cerebral in her clothes, but if you understand how she sees women, her modern concept of women, then the clothes are like perfection and you can wear them forever.
You can be very individual and very real with your clothes. So the puzzle of playing around, I like it, and I like also very much a little bit the roughness, you know, so it looks a little bit accidentally. I like also, let's say, the idea of being a little bit provocative. And you say, look, this is also possible. A designer should have handwriting. You have to understand the identity of a designer, and actually the challenge is to play with it. Play with your own handwriting, play with your fashion ideas, but in the same time being very, let's say, authentic and real with what you believe. So I always try to keep it in this direction.
In 1999, Patrizio Bertelli, CEO of Prada, acquired 75% of the Jil Sander label. But only 5 months after the deal was made, Sander exited the house in a move that surprised the fashion world. Milan Vukmirovic, a designer who had prior stints at Colette and Gucci, was brought in. But he wasn't able to capture the line's winning aesthetic.
You need few seasons to really know what you want to, where you want Jil Sander to go. But somehow you have to respect the past. But there is one point where I have to express my sensibility and the femininity I like and the image of the woman. I belong to a new generation. I want also something a little bit more visual also for the press. So really it's to make it more sexy, never vulgar, never caricature, but just simply elegant.
You know, Milan is a great guy, and I think that he's tried very hard with that collection. But to me, it was as if he was getting bogged down by what Jil Sander represented and wanted to do something on his own. What's wrong with keeping the integrity of what it stood for?
And after 5 seasons, Vukmirovic was out. In 2003, Prada asked Sander to come back to design for the house, to the great anticipation of the public and press.
When I left, actually Jil Sander, it was very difficult for me in the beginning. But then I also understand maybe it had to be, and I had to also accept, and it was a situation I really actually experienced it very well, and in the end I was very happy that I had the time to recover, see other things, see other people, have other joys, and so I feel very energized to come back.
What's been so nice about Jil's collection since she returned to her label 3 seasons ago is how she's moved away from conceptualism for its own sake into sort of conceptual matched with respect for pretty and just for making a woman feel light and happy and gorgeous in her clothes.
Sander stepped down again 4 seasons after her return to the label bearing her name. In 2005, Belgian designer Raf Simons was brought in as the new creative director. Simons has managed to keep the integrity of the house while also making it his own with his conceptual and sculptural designs.
I think he's wisely realized that no one is Jil Sander. He's his own person, but he's being his own person in this context very, very well.
I really respect Raf for following in the footsteps of Jil, but concentrating on tailoring and pantsuits and redefining clothes to wear to work, which a lot of designers have abandoned quite a long time ago. So I think that's really, really good to see that kind of focus.
It was announced in 2009 that Jil Sander herself would be creating a fashion consultancy business, and she is currently overseeing the design on a line called Plus J for Japanese retailer Uniqlo.